Yep. Another beautiful day in the Australs. Oh no, I agree. Yeah. Wait a minute. You want me to teach you to do what? Oh no. Oh no. No, trust me, you're not ready to, no, you're not. You're not ready to scrub yet. Hey, listen, you're not ready to scrub yet. But are you? All right, I'll teach you. All right, crew, it's time to break something down that many might feel is the unicorn of movements in your arsenal. So I can tell you right now, this isn't something we generally teach at the Ride Series, but there is a TRS standard for this. It builds on all the basics that you learn at a Ride Series clinics. One of them, yeah, you guessed it, it's hip placement. Now, obviously you have to have your hips in the right place, but the other big piece of this is you have to understand this is a very dynamic movement. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to pick up your phone and I want you to Google dynamic and really look at what that means, okay? Dynamic, athletic. This is something you have to fully commit to. So again, like trying to get those whips, you have to be at a level where you're pretty comfortable and you have to commit to this. So what I'm gonna ask is really think about what I'm doing. I'm trying to dissipate the energy. So when I taught you how to jump, I wanted you to maximize the lift on the takeoff. Now I'm telling you minimize, squash it, dissipate it. How do you do that? Well, I'm gonna show you. You gotta be dynamic, you gotta be athletic, and you really have to commit. Okay, we're gonna keep this short, sweet, to the point. First thing to think about is when you're approaching whatever obstacle you have, and as you can see, this is a pretty meaty obstacle. It's a big takeoff, but what's cool about it is it's a long takeoff. So the longer the takeoff is, the more time I have to deal with that dynamic output. So this is counterintuitive for most people. If it's super sharp, steep, small, that's really tough to deal with, believe it or not. So this one's a little bit bigger. It's gonna be a little bit easier for me to learn how to do this. Now here's where it's gonna be 180 degrees opposite of what I taught you in the jump. So when you come in to jump, I asked you to stand tall and drop into that athletic position. Well, with this, when you scrub, you're gonna stay tall. And the idea is you stay tall and let the bike come up into you. That's where the dissipation happens. And it's very key. Step one in scrubbing. All right, roll in. Feet neutral, standing tall, stay tall, and scrub it. All right, so as you can see, I brought in a lot of speed to that one. Stayed tall into the face, and what I tried to do was let the bike come up into me and dissipate that energy. Now, part of how I do that is turning, to try to coil up, to get that energy to go out in 360 degrees. Very dynamic. You have to be very athletic and you have to commit to this because the bike is gonna wanna put you places you don't wanna go. You have to remember, you are in charge. You are riding the bike. That's why it's critical to keep your hips over the bottom bracket, stay tall, and dissipate as much as you can. Let's see it again. All right, yes, this is a super dynamic, what I would call a very advanced movement, but we're gonna try to break it down a little bit and give you more of an intro technique. So what I want is for you to find a spot that's maybe a little bit taller. Okay, it doesn't need to be a huge jump, but I want you to have a takeoff that allows you a little bit of time to feel what that dynamic does. Okay, basically what I want you to do is come in and stand tall and feel the bike coming up into you. So instead of maximizing the takeoff, I want you to absolutely minimize what the takeoff is going to do to you. So if you can find a tabletop like this, perfect. Here's what it looks like. right, there you have it. The scrub, broken down as simply as I could. And the thing about it is, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's very dynamic. It's something that takes a lot of time. You really have to think about the physics behind it, find a really good spot to practice it, and slowly work your way up. So my hope is we shed a little insight on it, demystified it, maybe gave you the training dart you need to catch your scrub unicorn. Man, I got nothing left. I'm whipped. I need some food. I need some scratch. Peace out, dumpers.